You picked the wrong night to run, you know that? The sky dramatic enough to be poetic, and the rain makes everyone slow down. Makes them sentimental, makes them clumsy. It hides things too. Good for their mood, good for the ending. I don't say that to be cruel, it's practical. I'm not sentimental, not really. I tried being sentimental once. Bought flowers, harsh lines, tried to build it into something pretty. It crumbled. You're not the sort of person to fall for a speech. You need circumstances, atmosphere, a little unavoidable inevitability. I learned that the hard way. Do you know how easy it is for people to miss things? They become so committed to the story they want to tell that any inconvenient fact is just edited out. Too busy, too tired to look closely. They nod at our sad text, assume depression, put a face on tragedy that fits the narrative, and stop asking questions. That's what makes our narrative reliable. People want it reliable. They band together around the obvious answer like it's fate. That's why I did the prep. You think I'm arrogant? Maybe. I considered the world. I considered what everyone would believe without thinking. I wrote a note, sure, something no one would doubt was yours. I copied the tone you use when you're being most tired. The strange punctuation you pick up when only between late night texts. I made sure the parts they expect were visible, the rest conveniently absent, and the little locks, the messages that seem to spiral. They read like a goodbye. Ooh, questions are goodbye. People accept it. People want closure. It's tidy. It's plausible. Don't look at me like that. I never told myself you would love me for it. I never lied to myself on that front. I know exactly what you are. You're kind, you're bright. You're not written for me. I accepted it a long time ago. That's not the tragedy here. That's relief. If I believed you could be mine, I never could have done any of this. Hope would have ruined the plan. Hope softened hands. Doubt makes hands steady. Still, you caught me. You ran, I admire that. Quick feet, stubborn lungs. You always had that. It's why I waited. If you were soft, I'd be bored. It's better this way. This is better. Tension. It's richer. It tells a story people will talk about. It makes them write it down. I made a tidy narrative for them. A tragic arc they could understand. Subtle, withdrawn, the private messages filled with sorrow. That final ambiguous line that makes sense in the quiet. People will nod and shake their heads and file it away. Grief is a good organizer. The messy bits, the thing you would had rinse away, the way you would have laughed off my clumsy, desperate text. Those are the details that don't fit a tidy grief. So I kept them out. Not because I'm clever, because I'm pragmatic. Because if you're not going to come back to me willingly, I'll show you the doorway. And yet, I always wondered, in the private dark between my plotting and my pretending, if you'd ever look at me and thought, what if? Not that I expected. God, no. Desire is fragile, laughable thing. I never built my nights on it. I built them on certainty, that I could make an ending that looked like fate and not malice. That I could write a little lie that people would tell each other as truth. But there are weird moments, when the mind betrays practicality and flutters. For a second, seeing you, breath visible in the cold, I pictured it different. I pictured you turning and saying my name and meaning it. I pictured you stumbling through something like admission, the sort that would leave us both messy but honest. I pictured, yes, or even something like yes. It would have ruined the entire thing, which is, frankly, why it thrilled me to imagine what I'll never have. So I took my chance. Not because I thought you'd return it, because the risk, the theoretical moment was too delicious. The only way to see what would happen was to force the confrontation. I walked you to the edge of the moment. I made it inevitable enough that even if you peeled away, someone else would pick it up and call it fate or tragedy. It would be the kind of story people recite in low voices. They would notice in the aftermath the right kinds of lines. You, you look hollow. Maybe the rain has taken color off your face. Good. It fits the image. People expect pale, trembling features in the night. It's cinematic. It makes them tender and clang at the same time. Don't you ever wonder how quickly a crowd forms around an answer? How they lean towards a tidy explanation and ignore the messy seeds of truth? Nice people are bad at quantity. They're sentimental. They sling explanations like blankets. You should know, before this becomes theater, that I never truly believed you could love me the way I loved you. I believe only in the architecture of the story I would build around you. I set the stage because control is a kind of honesty for me. I prefer to make the outcome rather than hope for it. Reserve the romantic illusion for those who like to be surprised. I like things arranged. Hello? I think someone. I think someone fell from the rooftop. Yes, yes, I. I just saw. Please hurry, please. That should do it. Oh, I kissed you.